Under the circumstances of the escalation of climate challenges, its threat to the global environmental situation and its impact on the feasibility of development plans in societies, the Egyptian state has developed a roadmap to go through it in parallel paths to deal with these challenges, especially with regards to expanding the green economy projects and developing and diversifying renewable energy sources and maximizing their value, to reduce the economic burden on the uses of traditional energy sources, in addition to expanding partnerships with the private sector and international partners in the fields of clean and renewable energy, and working to provide the necessary technology in this field, which qualifies it to become one of the largest producers of clean energy. Egypt tried to unite the efforts of the countries of the world at the Climate Summit COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh in order to formulate a common vision to confront climate change and its negative effects. As for Egypt's efforts to rely on renewable energy, the Sustainable Energy Strategy for 2035 aims to increase the contribution of renewable energy to the electricity mix, as electricity production from renewable energy is scheduled to reach 42% of the total electricity produced in 2035 compared to 20% in 2022. The sources of electricity production from renewable energy, the current and targeted, include solar energy is 2% in 2022, while it aims to reach 26% in 2035. Wind power at 12% in 2022, while the target is to reach 14% in 2035. Hydropower is set to reach 2% in 2035 compared to 6% in 2022. Energy generated from renewable energy sources, solar and wind, had increased nearly sevenfold since 2014-2015. The total installed capacity of renewable energy, solar, water and wind amounted to about 7,000 megawatts. According to developments and events, the energy sector in Egypt, electricity, renewable energy and petroleum, prepared a study of the best technical and economic fusion of energy production until 2035 in cooperation with the European Union through the Technical Support Programme for Restructuring the Energy Sector in Egypt, TARIS. The project included several parts, the most important of which was supporting the sustainable and integrated energy strategy in Egypt until 2035. This study includes a set of scenarios for the energy mixture with different hypotheses to assess the impact of the entry of renewable energies in different proportions into the electricity generation mix from a technical and economic perspective in order to choose the best solution. Where Jabal al-Zayd produced 580 megawatts, Zafarana 545 megawatts, Ras Gharib 260 megawatts, West Bakr 250 megawatts, in addition to projects under implementation in the Gulf of Suez with a capacity of 250 megawatts. As for renewable energy projects, it includes solar energy projects where the capacity of the executed projects reached 1,756 megawatts, while renewable energy projects also include hydropower projects in Naga Hammadi with a capacity of 64 megawatts and Asyut with a capacity of 32 megawatts. Zafarana Wind Farm, 545 megabytes. This station was implemented in several stages since 2001 through government cooperation protocols with Germany, Denmark, Spain and Japan. Jebel Az-Zayt Wind Farm, 580 megawatts. The farm includes 3 stations. Jebel Az-Zayt Wind Station 1 with a capacity of 240 megawatts in cooperation with the German Development Bank KfW, the European Investment Bank EIB and the European Commission EU. Jebel Az-Zayt 2 Station with a capacity of 220 megawatts in cooperation with the Japan International Cooperation Agency JICA. Jebel Az-Zayt 3 Station with a capacity of 120 megawatts in cooperation with the Spanish government. National Green Hydrogen Strategy. The national strategy for green hydrogen is being prepared as it aims to benefit Egypt to reach 8% of the global hydrogen market, as Egypt has the ability to produce green hydrogen at the lowest cost in the world, and the cost of production is scheduled to decrease to reach $1.7 per kilogram in 2050 compared to $2.7 per kilogram in 2025. The strategy targets increase of GDP from $10 to $18 billion by 2025, more than 100,000 new jobs available, contribute to reducing Egypt's imports of petroleum products, reduce carbon emissions. The strategy carried out in cooperation with the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development and the Arab Union for Sustainable Development and the Environment. International vision for Egypt's efforts to develop its sources of renewable energy. The British Petroleum (BP) ranked Egypt first in the Arab world in renewable energy generation in 2021 with a capacity of 10,500 pounds. It's expected that Egypt will make a strong growth in the renewable energy sectors compared to 2021, as it's expected the growth rate of electricity generation from renewable sources other than hydropower to reach 13.9% in 2021, compared to 22.6% in 2022 and 23% in 2023. It also expected Egypt to be one of the fastest growing non-hydroelectric renewable energy markets in the region over the next 10 years. In addition to expecting Egypt to enhance its competitiveness and become a very attractive destination for investors in renewable energy sources, thanks to the strong support of the Egyptian state and the potential of solar energy and natural wind energy. Egypt is at the forefront of the Arab countries in the production capacity of solar and wind energy, with a capacity of 3,523 megawatts. Egypt has made remarkable progress in international renewable energy indicators. It progressed 5 places ahead in the Climate Change Index (CCPI) and became the 21st in 2022, compared to the 26th place in 2014, as well as 13 places in the Most Attractive Countries Index in the renewable energy sector, ranking 26th in May 2022 compared to 39th place in March 2015. Egypt is among only 5 countries in the Middle East and North Africa that has 3/4 of the expansion of renewable energy sources, which is expected to double over the next 5 years according to the International Energy Agency. Egypt became the 3rd in the Arab world and the 1st in North Africa in the expected growth rate of renewable energy capacity in the next 5 years. According to the International Energy Agency, which expected Egypt's renewable energy capacity to grow to 68%. The International Energy Agency confirmed that Egypt has realized the opportunities provided by relying on renewable energy sources with its integrated strategy for sustainable energy 2035, which seeks to ensure energy security, stability and sustainability. Its renewable energy projects also reflect its determination to turn that vision into reality. It added that Egypt has made remarkable progress in developing effective policies and regular frameworks to enable and employ renewable energy sources. It also stressed that the electricity exports and green hydrogen projects will drive the long-term growth of the Egyptian energy sector, and the surplus of energy in Egypt will remain high over the next 10 years, as the Egyptian state gives priority to invest in new electricity interconnection projects in order to become a regional center for electricity supply. The International Energy Agency also pointed out that the electricity interconnection project between Egypt and Saudi Arabia will allow the exchange of up to 3,000 megawatts of energy, as the project is the first of its kind in the Middle East and North Africa region. Bloomberg also explained that Egypt has advantages as a renewable energy producer and is trying to make use of it along with its surplus electricity to become a regional center for electricity exports, considering the electricity interconnection agreement between Egypt and Cyprus is the first agreement of its kind between Europe and Africa in the southeastern Mediterranean. While the Oxford Business Group highlighted Egypt's plans to maintain a surplus of power generation capacity which enables it to increase its exports to neighboring countries, as several connectivity agreements have already been concluded with Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Cyprus and Greece. Thus, we find that Egypt can cope with the global trends in the field of renewable energy, in addition to the academic interest in engineering faculties and the opening of new sections for renewable energy, so that there will be generations of researchers and scholars in this field, and this will reflect the executive part of the projects so that we can protect the environment and produce clean energy as well as making the best use of all types of renewable energy.